Hello again. Let's see if this works. Guys, let me know if you're able to hop back on. If this isn't working, then I'll hop off and try another time, I guess. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. It could be the weather, guys. I'm sorry. And if it keeps happening, I'll have to just come back tomorrow. Hi, Inga. So as you hop on, just let me know if you're still having a problem seeing me. I need a paintbrush. And I'm probably out of them. Of course I am. Back. Okay. All right. Well, I just gotta see. I think I'm out of my paintbrushes. That's not good. There's one. All right. Hello, Kimberly. Hey, Stace. You're supposed to get hit. I know. We're supposed to be getting storms, so that, I don't know. It could be what's going on. See, mine's not showing me live. So I have no idea. There I am. All right. Hey, Carla. All right, I'll keep going. If it happens again, I'm probably not gonna come back just because that's probably what's going on. Hello, Donna. Donna Sue, how are you? So I'm not gonna keep trying because if that's how it's gonna be tonight. It's probably due to the weather. I am back, yes. Unfortunately, though, I have no control over whatever is going on out there. Because my internet's okay. Hello, Roxanne. Thank you. So we're just painting all of this gold. Hi, Miss Carla. How are you? And then we'll be adding all the details and a topper and all the things. Let's see how much I can get on here and get done with you guys. As long as, you know, it stays connected for me. I am going to tell you that this light next to me, I don't know if you guys can see it going on and off and on and off. It's about to drive me bonkers. I need it, but I'm ready to turn that sucker off because it's literally driving me absolutely insane. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if it's going out on me. I have no clue what's going on. This gold, I'm telling you guys, is so stinking pretty. Yeah, see, now you guys are going to notice it, and it's going to drive you just as bonkers as it's driving me. Sorry. It's not, it's one of those long desk lights, so it doesn't have like a, I don't know how to describe it. The unfortunate thing is all of my stuff over here is, you know, it's older now, so I'm sure it's at its, you know, peak of how long they're going to last. So it could be it's just going, and I try not to mess with it too much because of that. I'm like, oh, just stay with me as long as you can. But now I'm literally going bonkers. Because especially when you're looking at like different, like little itty bitty angles and you're trying to paint, you know what I mean? Prayers for family in Wrightwood, California. They were completely wiped out over Christmas during the storm. Who's missing, darling? Oh no. Oh God. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize there was a storm. Am I that sheltered that I didn't realize there was a storm? Absolutely. Hi, Mona. Oh, Lee, I'm so sorry. Absolutely will be keeping you in my thoughts. How awful. Major floods. I didn't realize. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. How god awful. You see that gold now? I don't think these plates from Dollar Tree like paint very much. This whole plate is lifting up. Hi, Kimberly. How are you? Hi, Patty. So again, I am going to come in here and shadow this with the black patina. So any little like white edges or whatever will be covered. But I want to get as much gold in there as possible. These molds are so stinking pretty. Once you start painting them and putting like your patina in there or your antique paste, if you wanted to use the antique paste, just to show off all the detail of the molds. Because that's really what I want to do is I want, you know, this to be very detailed and to show off all the ornateness of everything that we put on here, because that's kind of the whole point of what we did here, right? And then I come in and I'll wipe my brush off from time to time just because it, you know, clogs up with a ton of paint. And down. And it slows you down. Believe it or not, but it does. I love that gold. Only snippets on my phone. I didn't realize it either, Therese. I had no stinking clue. I feel horrible. That's why I say sometimes I feel like I live under a rock. Because I don't have regular TV, so I don't see the news. If I happen to see something while scrolling on the book, and typically I learn about a lot of stuff while I'm in here and you guys tell me, because I really don't know. Wow, can you guys hear that rain? That's thunder. Wish you were back in Ohio right now. Oh. We had a stinking thunderstorm. The heck is going on? It's supposed to be winter, isn't it? Felt like spring today. That's probably why I lost you earlier, because that was coming in. I find it quite depressing to cut down on watching. Yeah, as much as I want to know about everything that's going on, well, and like I said, I don't have regular TV, so I have no idea. I don't watch any kind of local TV or news or anything. If I want to know what the weather is going to be like, I just open the app on my phone. That's about it. More rain next week. Ugh. That's what I'm sure they don't want. It's awful. And like I said, if this was being painted over black, one coat would be perfect, but we're painting over white, so we got to kind of either go in pretty stinking heavy, which I don't want to get like cloggy paint everywhere, or I'm just going over it a second time. So little time consuming, yes, because they are smaller molds, but like I said, the end result is so gonna be worth it. You just froze for a while again? Is anybody else freezing? Am I freezing up on everybody? So what I'm thinking is, I really like this color, so I want to do another bottle that's clear like this in this heart shape, but I want to do it in an amber, like an orangey kind of amberish color. because that's one of my favorites, and give it like an amber frost. I want to play with that a little bit. No, I'm fine. Okay. Not on yours. Gotcha. Because how pretty would that be? I love that amber, like deep, rich amber, you know, old vintage kind of color that's on glass when you find like old glass pieces. So I think that would be something really pretty to play with. I mean, I guess I could have painted this, a bit of this before I came live. I didn't think about it. Sometimes I don't think, you know, as far as for a live, I guess this is pretty boring watching me paint this. I'm sorry, guys. But what was, oh, that was the top. See how that gold is starting to pop off of that green? I love it. I'm not feeling worse. I coughed a lot last night, like a lot, and I made myself pretty stinking hoarse. Like to the point where even like at work today, as I was trying to yell, I couldn't yell. Like I could tell that I lost my voice. I feel better. I did take some meds earlier that made me feel a lot better. So I'm hoping to not be coughing tonight. Because I'll tell you what, that was no fun. That hurt like the, I don't know what. It was coming straight from my soul. I was like, holy cow. I felt like a little one with whooping cough, but it was vicious coming out of me. But yeah, my voice gets deeper when I like start to lose my voice, or I get really hoarse from coughing, or believe it or not, even if I like come back, like if I were to go to a concert and I was screaming at a concert, that's how my voice gets. But it's literally just from coughing last night, because that's how I woke up this morning talking, and I was like, oh, okay, there goes my voice. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Oh. Now all I hear is sirens. Interesting. That's Sunday night? Sunday night. So, like I said, for the top, I have this. Now, I don't know if that, I mean, obviously that would be gold. If that seems too plain, because I already know what you guys are going to say. But then I have this one, and I would have to push that sucker all the way down. But I have this topper too. I already know what you guys are going to think. This happens to be like the only topper I have left like this, and I absolutely love it. And I hold on to it for dear life, like I don't want to use it. I know that seems silly. So I used Heavy Body Gel by Pen Art in matte to give, because you can put that on clear glass and it frosts the glass. So I mixed that with, what color did I mix it with? I mixed it with English Ivy from Apple Barrel, and then I pounced that onto here with the Heavy Body Gel in matte to give it like a frosted kind of effect. So believe it or not, you can still see the glass through this, because you can actually see through this. I know it doesn't show it through on the camera for some reason, but it still has that glass look, like it's kind of like a frosted green glass. And it gives like this beautiful texture as well. You're welcome. It's made for that bottle. See, I knew you guys would say that. I knew as soon as I pulled it out. I don't think it would have mattered what bottle I put it on. You guys would have said to use that topper. Because I knew you guys would love it. I love it too. And I keep holding on to it going, nope, not putting it on that bottle. Nope, not putting it on that bottle. And I keep thinking it's got to find its perfect bottle. And I can't tell if I'm holding on for the perfect bottle or if I'm holding on because I love the stinking topper so much and I know I'm not going to be able to find another one. It's like a wine stopper, like a wine stop for a wine bottle. It's perfect. It does have the perfect, like it's got the mold look and all of that. You know, I don't know how to make a mold out of something, like to make, does that make sense? Like I wouldn't know how to do that. If I had all my equipment here, I could have made myself a gazillion of these toppers, but I don't have that, so. I have this bottle and it inspired. Absolutely, Evelyn. I find these at the thrift store. It was just clear glass. I know they sell smaller ones similar at Hobby Lobby. They're a little different and they're smaller. The bottom's definitely different, but I see these all the time. Now I have these heart bottles in like the amber colored bottle, and I like to just put like a basic mold on them and work with the heart and let the heart speak for itself. This one I kind of wanted to transform into like a perfumey type looking bottle. So that's why I did all these molds and so forth. And then we're going to do the topper. But yeah, I need to find some more of these. And then I got the little cherub up front that we're going to paint. Well, good morning, Robin. How are you? You're very welcome. So you guys like that, huh? I don't know if I can get it all the way down in there, though, is my problem. So I'm probably going to have to break that seal that's on there. Here's the thing. If I pop it down in there, it ain't coming out. So I might have to find a way to cut this rubber seal off. We'll paint that. So we'll paint that gold. Will opal get frost also? Opal. What do you mean? I'm sorry, Evelyn. Will opal get frost too? I don't know what that means. All good there. I don't think they do the opal gel anymore. I mean, if you have it, then yes, that is a great frost product. But you're talking about the pen art one? That is what I used to use, yes. But the Heavy Body Gel in matte gives that frost effect. They don't any longer carry the opal. Hi, Natasha. Now, I don't have these wings sitting right on the bottle, but need more heavy body gel. So the heavy body gel is matte. I know the opal gel, we used to carry it. I know what you're talking about, but Pen Art no longer carries that. If that's what you're talking about, because that's what I used to frost bottles with. I know somebody, I don't know, it meant to private message me or they're watching on my reel and it went to my messenger, but somebody asked me about something about the clay. I saw it come through on my messenger. Hey, Sybil. How are you, darling? But if it meant to go on my messenger, I will private message you back. How pretty that's gonna be. We're getting there. We're getting that gold everywhere. It should, yes, Evelyn. I do believe so. You know what I always keep a couple like Dollar Tree, like the actual dollar vases or glass pieces here, or I'll just use like just generic glass bottles or something, and I just test a little bit on there and see if it works. That's usually how I test things when I'm doing, like, especially my glass. So I always keep like either, you know, like wood pieces from Dollar Tree, or I keep some of their glass pieces just on hand just so I can play with and kind of experiment with things so that I'm not ruining like an actual bottle, if that makes sense. And typically then you can wipe it off. Like if the product is still wet, wipe it off, and it's just kind of like a practice piece, right? And it costs you all of like $1.25 to have it there and play with it. And you can experiment on it many times. I have to small green glass bottles. Should I paint over them or just leave as is? I mean, if you're wanting them green, leave them. You're not going to be able to frost them, you know, painting over them if you want the integrity of the glass. But if you're wanting to do something like this and you like the green that your bottle is, absolutely. If not, then, I mean, you could paint, but you're not going to get this same effect. This is over actual, like, clear glass. Yeah, that's what I do, Evelyn. I always, you know, like I'll buy the biggest vase or glass piece that I can get at Dollar Tree for that $1, you know, 50, 25, whatever the heck everything is anymore. I can't keep up with it. And I keep that around, and then I'll just like wipe it back right away after I put a product on it or something, just to kind of see what it looks like. And you know what? If I paint over it, doesn't wipe back, whatever. I want to see what it looks like once it's dry. It costs me all of $1 or something. Or even if you're at a thrift store and you find like a big old glass pitcher or something, anything. I always keep glass or wood from Dollar Tree or the thrift store around to practice on, as opposed to like redo. Because that way, if there's any question about it, I can just go to that piece and play with it, rather than ruining something I already have, just in case, you know what I mean? That way I get a feel for like different layering, mixing colors, whatever. And I don't feel like I ruined anything that was something I really wanted to work on or that I spent a ton of money on or whichever, I don't feel so guilty about it then. We're having a reprieve right now for a couple days, then we're going back to normal for a while. Yeah, before you commit, absolutely. You like the gold? Thank you, Miss Sybil. I like the gold too. I love this gold. It's gonna change a bit. We're gonna age it up a bit, and then we can come back in and brighten it up again. We're going to put some of the black patina in here and kind of age up around these molds and, you know, get all the detail from the molds out. So we are about to change this up a little bit. So you guys think that that one stopper is definitely what needs to go on here, huh? You hear me second guessing myself. Are you sure that that's what you want? And again, this is the Pale Gold by Posh Chalk. It's such a pretty gold, right? And this is where I think a lot of people are like, you know, it seems like a lot of work. It's really not. And it's so satisfying because when you see the end result, you know, it's so worth it in the end. I mean, yeah, you're going to be painting, but this is what I love to do. So this doesn't faze me one bit. So you're sitting here watching one of the things that I absolutely love doing. And yes, it does become a bit time consuming, but I'm not going to worry about the back of this bottle right now. I'll finish all that up, but I knew this would take a hot minute. And I really want to do this, so. Now the topper, I will put like a coat of black so that we can paint it gold pretty quick. I'm just going to kind of hold everything upside down now and make sure I don't have any super white bright areas that I missed. All the little itty bitty crevices don't need to be perfect because we're going to go in there with that patina and age it up, but I also don't want to see some big old bright white gap. So I always say when you're painting your pieces, turn them upside down, sideways, whichever way. Do your edges, go all the way around. Take the time to do that, because what will happen is, you know, you think your project's finished and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, look at all those spots I missed. Now you got to go through and take all those steps all over again. And ain't nobody got time for that. I've done it. I've kicked myself in the butt for it. I hate when I do that because, you know, I'm in a hurry. Hi, Marianne, how are you? I'm sorry if I missed anybody coming in. So I didn't get to see, has anybody got any plans for New Year's? And see if anybody was doing anything New Year's. Working? Yuck. Hi, Judy. Just old Doug will just be staying home. Yeah, like I said, I thought about going out, but I don't want to drive. I'm certainly not driving an hour away by myself. I thought it's a little scary on New Year's with everybody out on the road. No plans. Love the color of the bottle. I do too. All right, just this little section, then we can start coming in with the patina. Start aging this puppy up and showing off all the beautiful ornateness of those molds. Staying home with the fur baby, people shit off fire. I know. Old movies most likely will have fireworks and she gets scared. I missed what Miss Evelyn said. You have all been really sick. Oh, Evelyn, I'm sorry. I'm hoping whatever it is I got gets kicked out of me. That's all I know. I don't want it. I've been hearing so many people, is it really just something that's going around that's like, people are talking like it's some wicked flu. I don't want it. If that's, I mean, people are talking about like, you know, the vomiting part of it and the stomach pains and the cough and the cold and the body aches. I don't want none of it. Y'all can keep it. But I know people at work were sick too, and I'm like, oh, great. I don't want that. much less to be here, you know, dealing with it all alone. I'm a baby when I'm sick, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I get sick, so I don't want to be here by myself sick. All of the above, stay away from the crowds. Oh, yeah, I seeing posts on Facebook, everybody, you know, I got friends that have been in the emergency room the last couple days. One, they're not letting go, and I'm like, I mean, I haven't been around her. I don't go around her, but I'm like, come on. I don't want nothing to do with any of it. But they're saying it's pretty wicked. All right. I think we are golden. I'll concentrate on the back of the bottle on my own. But we're going to give this a really good dry. Because what I don't want to do is go in there with the patina and start wiping away. And this gold isn't dry for some reason. My husband been coughing for 2 weeks now. I've been coughing for a week now. It's rough, but I'll take it over the other symptoms. Elderberry syrup. Pneumonia. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. So that's just what we look like right now with the gold, right? Like I said, this is going to change quite a bit. We still got quite a bit to do here, but hey, come on. Dottie, elderberry syrup. Well, the thing is I don't have an immune system, so there's nothing that I can actually take that will boost it, which is the unfortunate part, because I don't have an immune system because of the treatments for the MS. So an immune system, they don't want me to have an immune system. But basically, you know, the treatments I get knock out my immune system. So that's the only thing that keeps that at bay. Oh, yeah, Judy. So that's the scary part about it. And that's one of the reasons I'm supposed to be so super careful. Hi, Linda. Is because I don't have an immune system. So, I get it. And it's going to kick my butt. Something wicked. And I don't want it. Hello, Renee. It's Ocrevus for the MS. So they're infusions. But basically the goal is that... Listen, I'm so new to so much of it. But it kills off your B cell. Basically, it's your immune system attacking itself, so... They get rid of your immune system is basically what it is. I mean, to put it in a nutshell. Okay. So So we're going to use the patina. This is also by Posh Chalk. This is the black patina. And this is like real buttery kind of consistency. Don't ask me why I smell all of it. It's just what I do. And we're going to go in there with the patina. And we're going to use baby wipes to kind of wipe the back. I'm going to actually grab a dry towel as well. So along the back edge, I still got work to do, and I want to put that cherub back here, just like I did on the front. See how we have that little cherub facing there? So, like I said, the back I'll concentrate on. Now, this you're going to put in your brush. Yes, Laura. And I'm just going to kind of work that into my brush. And where is my little bottle thingamajigger? That way you guys can kind of see. And we're going to come in to the mold and along the edges of the mold because I want to create like a shadow. We want to give it kind of like a vintage feel. Don't panic. Don't freak out. It wipes off. We're not making the whole thing black. We just want to get that all down into the detail. And then you're going to come in. I go in with a baby wipe initially just to get the majority of it off. You can use just a dry towel, which then I'll go in with a dry towel. And I'm going to show you the difference here. So yes, we got it onto that like frosted, where we frosted into the green, but here's why, and you'll see, actually, I'm going to do these two pieces going down too. Let's do just this side. So I'm going to come in along that. Come in along all the edges, get down in here. It wipes back, no panic. Looks like you're making a mess. I promise you you're not. You're gonna wipe it back. It's gonna stay in all the crevices, but it's gonna create a shadow around your mold as well, giving it more of that aged kind of look that we're going for. So you're going to see the difference. Do you guys see the difference? Like, okay, this is all gold, right? Now we're a little dark there. I'm going to kind of, I actually don't mind it, but I'm going to tone it back just a little bit for you guys. Just so you know you can. Thank you. See what I mean, the difference? So we're going to go in all the way around the bottle, doing that same thing. I get down into and along the edges. This is where I say kind of concentrate. Now these are smaller molds. It's kind of smaller scale. But you want to get in there. Take your time to get in between everything. You don't want like that just plain bright gold kind of color. Now, if you want to brighten it back up, which we may do, we can go back over with a brush at the very top surface level of everything as far as those molds are concerned and brighten them back up. That's not an issue. But what we want to do is kind of get this like shadow around everything and get that patina down into all the details of those molds. Because if we just did all that work and all that paint and all that gluing and all that casting with that clay and so forth, you want to see the detail of what you just did all that work for. You don't just want to leave everything, you know, just one flat color. Bring some dimension and pop to your piece. And you don't have to go super dark everywhere. You can go darker, lighter. I like to make everything look a bit aged. So like it's been around for a while, so maybe some areas are darker, some areas are lighter. Just, there's no wrong or right way. I mean, you do you and make it look the way you want it to look. So I wipe off the surface because you want the gold, but you want that black to be down into all the details of everything. See what I mean? And what did you use to glue molds on? I use the Express Glue from Pen Art. I like this because it has like the little tip on it. So for these small molds, I love this glue. And it's like instant on that clay. So see what I mean? Like it just gives it a beautiful kind of rich look, and it creates that shadow, like a vintage looking shadow. And I just go into my lid and kind of work it into my brush. Thank you. So again, get along the edges of all your pieces, get up in there. Don't worry about if you can get your fingers in there and clean it all out or not. Doesn't matter. I want this to have that older look. And it's still going to be beautiful. It's still going to look elegant. But, I mean, if you don't want this and you want it just all bright one color, that's, you know, to each their own. You do it the way you want to do it. You do what makes you happy. This is the stuff that makes me happy. Thank you. Hi, Miss Julie. How are you? So again, I come in. If you want to wipe a little bit of that darker shadow away, go for it. I like to leave a lot of it on there. You just want a touch of it, just do a touch of it. Thanks, Gail. This is the kind of stuff I love doing. So, you know, when I was doing craft shows and stuff, I used to love doing this stuff. But I think a lot of people don't realize how much time, you know, working on a piece like this can take either. How much work and time goes into it. I mean, I'm doing the front of this and I'm still going to have to do the back. And, you know, we did it live yesterday and then I worked on it last night and I'll be working on it tonight. Doing some more detailing and so forth. I mean, it's a lot of work and it isn't a lot of work. If you love it, you love it, but it takes time to sit and play with the molds and figure out what you're going to do. So see how where this is just all gold. Like it's pretty, right? But then look at those. Look how beautiful those are. See what a difference that makes? It gives it that almost like, I don't know. You too, Robin. You have a wonderful evening. So now these are the thinner molds that we did with that clay. So I can tell you that I had a hard time getting the brush down up along the edges of this. I mean, this is so thin. I don't know if you guys can see just how thin this lays against here, but there's no thickness to that whatsoever. So I am going in with the patina where I couldn't get all the gold. I'm going to go in pretty heavy in there, and that's going to cover anything I may not have been able to get with the gold. With that black patina, and it's just going to shadow it beautifully, and you'll never know. And this is where I said you don't have to be perfect with it. And I'm going to bring that patina out a little bit. Now this has texture, so it's a little harder to wipe some of that patina away off of the texture of the bottle, but you can do it. Just be gentle, be patient with it. There's no rush when you're doing this. It works well with water, so it wipes back. I tell people all the time not to panic and rush and do all of that. It all comes together. And I'm going to bring that patina up into the crease of this bottle, even though there's no mold up in the crease, just to kind of age it a bit. Stay. But doesn't that make it look like there's actual metal pieces on there? I'm going to show you this mold. This is amazing. Hold on. Just to show you what a difference that makes. Do you see all the details in that mold right now? It looks like metal, right? Where that one is just flat gold. Do you see what I mean? Did you seal the paint on the bottle? So, no. With the heavy body gel, no. If it was just paint, then yes, I would have. But no, I didn't. It's like heavy body gel mixed with paint. And remember, if you're looking for that frosted effect, you want the heavy body gel in matte, not glossy. The matte is what gives you that frosted effect. I mean, this literally, look at, it looks like scales right there. Isn't that insane? You hate it when I'm right. Right about what, Trace? What am I right about? What did I do now? I don't even know what I was right about. I like when I'm right, but I never really know what I was right about. Why do you hate it? Crack me up. Why? Because I did green on the bottle? Is that why? Trees, you should know by now if I have a vision. Well, listen, there's been times that I'm like, oh, this is not going to work out. Never mind. Begging this project. But I knew what I was going for. Usually if it's a bottle, I kind of know what I'm going for, if that makes sense. If it's another project, I'm like, you guys have seen me do that with trays and some other things. I'm like, oh, that Christmas tree bottle was a complete disaster. Hi, Les. I wanted to hate that you aged the gold. Really? Really? Look, gold, aged gold. But we can brighten it back up. That's the thing, is we can bring the brightness back up. But see, I love that aged look. So, because you could just take a brush and very lightly, like you would take your gold and just very lightly brush over the top or dry brush it. Les, where are you coming in from? I'm in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Glad to have you. This started out as a clear bottle. Just a clear heart bottle. We did some molds. We did the green frost. We're now adding some aging to it. We're going to do the topper next. Hi, Jessica. Do you remember where your it was a lot of little molds and so forth that came from Amazon. Like, it's just a lot of North Carolina. Well, welcome. I wish I could tell you. It's a lot of molds I've had for quite a few years that I got off of Amazon. Some of them are a little difficult to work with, I'm not going to lie. They're thin, little like this. Itsy bitsy little. You can actually use, somebody had made the point yesterday, you can use heavy body gel in those molds as opposed to clay. I just love to work with the clay because once it's dry and I can paint it and do all the things to it, I feel like I can really work it better. So that's just me. Again, everybody's got their preference to what they like and don't like and so forth. So, and what's easier for them. Seriously. Tell me, go ahead, Trees. Look, I love this. Isn't that beautiful? Like, get out of town. Do you see what that patina does? Like, it actually gives shape to the bottle. Does that make sense? Like, it makes everything pop because it shadows everything out. I don't know. It gives a lot of dimension. All right. So, we want to do this topper, right? I'm trying to think. Look, I'm going to try to pop this sucker in here. Y'all, if anything happens to this bottle, I'm going to cry and I'm just going to click off. Just so we're perfectly clear. I'm going to try to stick this sucker in. Oh, man, I got all this. Remember when I said look upside down, do all the things? I'm going to have to do some detail work up in crevices up here. So we like that topper. Okay, we got to paint the topper. Oh, that had me sweating, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna add, I'm gonna take a little bit of black and we're gonna paint that topper black first. It is primed. That way we can go over it with the gold pretty quickly. And then we're going to do the same thing to the topper. We're going to paint it gold, and then we're going to do all that patina in there as well. And in all honesty, I do not even have to glue this topper in. That sucker ain't going nowhere. I promise you. It's in there. And this doesn't have to be perfect. This is just going to make that gold pop that much quicker, so we're not sitting here painting for the next hour. And like I said, I got to finish the back of the bottle. I got to do some detail painting on here around the molds a little bit more, because once I kind of looked down, I realized I got some areas that need to be covered, so we'll do that. I'm just using a regular matte black. Like I said, this is already primed. This was initially silver. But I also want to do another cherub for the back of this bottle. I don't know, maybe I don't need to. I don't know. Okay. Let's give that a dry. Topper is perfect. How does Heavy Body Gel work in mold? So you would put it in your mold. You want a very shallow mold. And then you would scrape it back, like you would fill your mold and then make sure it's nice and flat, and then come back like in 24 hours once it's dry. But typically you're going to do it in more of like a shallow mold, like your lace molds, your super shallow molds, things like that. And that way, then it's like flexible, you know what I mean? And this topper is really in there. I'm gonna have to go up in with a little detail brush, kind of like so. Let's get that black all up. Underneath. Because of the way I primed it. See, even with it painted black, it already looks better with the bottle, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference that is. So did you guys enjoy me making this bottle? This is the stuff Nicole loves to do. And I feel like I've so strayed away from it for so long. But I know it's a bit more time consuming. I know we've talked about this before, but okay. All right, so then we're gonna go in with the gold. Hey, Miss Gail, how are you? All right, let's come in with the gold. Let's see if this is still perfect. All right. And I'm not gonna perfectly coat this, so if there's a little black showing through, that's fine. We're gonna go, actually, this might be how I work this. Not gonna lie, hold on. Maybe we won't put the patina in this. Maybe we're just gonna dry brush this sucker. See what I mean? Like we can keep some of that black showing. I got a 75-inch DIY. Shut the front door. Like the, listen to me trying to figure out 75-inch. 12, 24, 36, 48. How many feet is that? Like 12, 36, 48. Like 6 foot? Don't ask me to start counting. 6 foot. Do you ever redesign that you just can't part with? Yes and no. I can't afford to not part with them, unfortunately, especially now. But I had a Maryland bottle I really loved. The thing is as much as I love to do this, you know, this is now my sole income, my only income, and I just don't have the space. Because if you could have seen, if you could see how many bottles I have done, some of them I get a little attached to. I ain't gonna lie, I love that stinking bottle. That black and white one. If you ever see things sit there for a hot minute, it's because I have a hard time letting them go. Or, well, sometimes it's just the wrong season for them. But sometimes it takes me a little longer to let them go. Okay. This one might be a little hard for me to let go. I love this one. I'm not going to lie. See that cherub? And then those molds. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Am I crazy? I think it's beautiful. I think this is my favorite bottle ever. Was not crazy about color last night. I have pictures of what I've done. I mean, you can go back on my Facebook page because they don't get rid of the pictures, and you can see pictures of all my, you can go through my photos and see all of my stuff. Like I said, I got to do the back of the bottle, but looks like jade. Yeah, see, and that's where sometimes I'll be like, listen, you guys you gotta trust me. I went with green because I know that I loved like a certain green with the gold and what I was doing. But like, so picture an amber. Oh, Donna, thank you for the stars. Picture an amber one. Like I want to do an amber bottle like this, like an orangey, ambery kind of color. I was going to do blue, like do a teal. But you know what this would look pretty with? Because it's going to be a different color once it's in with the heavy body gel and it kind of dries. And then you can still see the, I know you guys can't see it, but you can still see the glass through it. So you can still tell that it's actually a glass, you know, like the glass actual bottle. But there's so many different things. Now, the one I saw that was for sale, like on Amazon or whatever, hi Mama Luca, was pink. And I couldn't get myself to do it. Purple would be absolutely gorgeous. I think like a deep, ooh. See, and that's where I need to go, like do things a little bit differently. I actually have a blue that might work. The thing is they look different mixed with the heavy body gel. I tried red because I really, really, really wanted red. The red I had wasn't working for me. Because I like the frosted look, so I want to know that it's still got the integrity of the glass. But, God, that is stunning. But see, I love this like old world kind of look to everything. And you guys are right, that topper is perfect for this. Not gonna lie. Kimberly, do you love this bottle? Kim's got lots of my bottles. I kind of really love this, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's beautiful. Like I said, I gotta finish the back, so that's still white. I don't know, that could be just the end of it for the back. Oh, let me just paint that stinking area while my paint's out. Because, what did you do with the heavy body gel? So you take the heavy body gel in matte, and I mixed it with some paint because the heavy body gel gives you a frosted effect on clear glass. So if I would have put just heavy body gel on clear glass, it would have just looked like a frosted type effect. But I mixed paint with it to get this. So and I went a couple layers because I wanted kind of like that deeper green. Yeah. No, I don't believe, no, you don't. A blue bottle. I was playing with the blue. I need to get some more heavy body gel. I was playing with the blue. But I was doing metallic and it just wasn't coming out right. So it's like I almost want to do a metallic and add some mica powders to it to see what would happen. You know, for me, it's all about playing to see what I can or can't achieve, and it's either going to work or it's not. And that's why I always say I always keep like some Dollar Tree items with me so that I can practice on them, be it glass, wood, what have you. Okay. I just wanted to get that painted while it's out. And like I said, you can come back in, and if you really wanted to, look, so I gotta fix that. So there's just too much white right there. And you can come back in and you can dry brush some more gold back over the top of it, but I love that aged look. So I'm not gonna mess with it. I like it the way it is. I don't want to mess with it. I am going to take this itty bitty part of the paintbrush though, come in here where I saw that white. All I hear is Ziva snoring away, the wind roaring, and sirens blaring. I have no clue what's going on in the world out there. All right, well, that's what I got. I may do a blue one. Like I said, I may play. So I love the heart bottles. I think I have another one like this. I'm going to have to dig out, maybe play with that. See, the bummer is I'm not going to have another topper like this because that topper is perfect. So I'm going to have to hunt down like wine stopper toppers like that. I mean, that is a beautiful topper. If I had like 6 more of those, I would make a whole bunch of these bottles. But I love her. I think she's beautiful. There's that little cherub. And these beautiful molds on the edges. And like I said, it's like it almost looks like little scales. Like you can see all that itty bitty detail. Can you guys see that? I think it's gorgeous. Thank you, Kim. All right, I'm gonna hop off. I'm looking at like 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get Ziva out one more time before it gets too yucky ducky out there. And check the ones on Temu. See, I don't do Temu shopping. I didn't. Hi, Karen. Oh, thank you. I don't shop on Temu. I mean, I've had stuff, you know, I've had people give me stuff from Temu and I'm okay with that. I'm just not I'm not a huge online shopper. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'll look at Amazon here and there, but I don't know. I'm a huge, like, go to a thrift store or antique store or something. Hi, Mary Lou. Thank you. So you guys like? We like. I know some of you just said it's one of your favorites. Is it really one of your favorites? I think it's just fun and different. Absolutely, Trees. You have a beautiful evening. You do the same thing, Renee. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here when you could have been anywhere else. You guys know that means the world to me. Are you getting snow? We are supposed to get around 10. No, Gail, we're getting some, they're calling it some, I don't know, some vortex something. Like, I don't know. We're supposed to get these wicked winds or some, I don't know, crazy stuff. It's like some super vortex. What the heck do they call it? I don't even know. But they're saying that we could get like hurricane force winds. Y'all, I'm just saying, the neighbor's tree could very well fall on my house tonight. Thank you, Rhonda. You have a wonderful night. And then I don't know what to do. I told my son, then what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know who to call. Cyclone. Is that what they're saying? Mama Luca's like an hour for me. He's like, you call your insurance company. I'm like, listen, I don't even know who my stinking insurance company is. Bomb Cyclone? Is that what they're saying? I have no idea. It's something wicked redonkulous I've never heard of before. So the neighbor's tree branches already fell last year, if you remember, and like onto the fence and the wires, and I had to have people come over and fix that. And I'm like, well, maybe it'll take the tree. It's raining here too. It was thundering here just a little bit ago, Mama Luca. So it was storming here. That was fun. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. I'm out. This girl's got to get some sleep tonight because I'm exhausted. But you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out. Like I said, I'll finish the back a bit. I got to do some shadowing and a little bit of detailing. But for the most part, she's done. Thank you, Marianne. You too. All right, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Where am I? I'm in Ohio, like Lake County area. So 20 minutes from Cleveland. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. I will possibly see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one. Bye-bye.